But let's go to an Arsenal fan. Abdullah phones us up. All right, Abdullah.
I mean, how you doing?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I mean, look, thanks for waiting. I know we see you earlier on, but Portsmouth kind of took over a little bit. We are building up to Champions League. Massive game. Massive game tomorrow night, mate. You absolutely flopped it at the weekend.
Well, I'm flying to Munich in about 5 hours' time. But the thing about the game is, I think you're being a bit harsh on Arteta. Because, you know, we've lost one game in the Premier League this calendar year. Come on.
I'm not sitting here saying he should get the sack. We're not. But, you know, Jermaine said it. Is he going to become a nearly man?
The thing is, after the game against Villa on Saturday, I mean, it did feel like the whole world was crashing, right? But I thought about it. I've had a couple of days to think about it. I think you know, I think it's just the competition you're up against. I mean, Guardiola's it's just Man City and Guardiola. I mean, you just, like one caller said earlier, it's going to go down as the best team in history. How do you compete with that? I just don't think it's possible. I mean, it doesn't. I think we could have had any other manager. I mean, look at Klopp. People go on about how great he is, but he's won one league, and that's seen as such a big achievement, you know, because of the competition. So I think we're being a bit harsh. I just feel.
You could say we're being a bit harsh to a certain degree, but you can also say it's been in Liverpool's hands, it's been in Arsenal's hands as well, and they've come up against teams that really they should be beaten or should not be losing at home to Crystal Palace and to Aston Villa. So when you look at it like that, is it you get to that point of the season, because you've done it last year against Southampton at home where you drop points? Is it a thing that, okay, you should have learned, and I think that they have learned for a lot from last season, but they're just not there yet? And Arteta's just not being able to push them over that line yet.
No, I would agree with you to a certain extent, but I just think, I mean, you know, if you think about another manager, I mean, I just don't get how somebody would do better up until now, you know.
Yeah, no, look,
going to come tomorrow, but up until now.
How do you see it going tomorrow, mate? Obviously, you're flying out to Munich. It's going to be a great night, but it's a tough game, this, mate. Tough game.
I think we'll get knocked out.
Wow.
I'm not like it's you know, I'm saying it because I Champions League was never a priority in terms of, you know, like, I mean, winning it was pretty far fetched. I mean, the bookies kept us second favourites to win it, I think, at the moment, which I think is.
Why do you think you're going to get knocked out?
Credit to Arsenal. The thing is, I just think that, I mean, you guys are obviously, you know, like ex-professionals, you know. I mean, it's such a different game, isn't it? The Champions League.
Yeah.
It's just such a different game. And I just don't think, you know, I mean, we've got a couple of ex-Champions League winners with Chelsea. I understand that, but I just don't think our team's quite that maturity level yet to be
the experience,
you know, like, to where we're confident enough. I mean, that's the thing, you know, and I just
in PSG tonight, mate. Go to Barcelona and win. Do you know, like, think something can happen in the game?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like when that guy got sent off,
that's what changed the game, really.
All right, Abdullah, top man, mate.
I would like to just say one more thing.
No, go on.
Say one more thing. I live in Edinburgh, and, you know, like me and my wife and young kids, we travelled to the Villa game at the weekend, and I was quite really disappointed by our fan base and what they did. You know, just kicking off like that. I mean, first defeat in 2024, and, you know, and I stayed till the absolute very end. The last player went away, but I just thought it was very, very bad the way the Emirates emptied with about.
Yeah, it was still like 8 minutes to go, wasn't there? And it was emptying out. It's poor, really.
It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. It's really, really bad. And if that's the way they're going to behave, we're not winning anything. You know, fans are the 12th man, so, you know, not winning anything.
Yeah, they can be.
Abdullah, well said, mate.
Cheers,
well
mate.
said. Appreciate your call, mate. Really good call. Let's go to Brad, who's an Arsenal fan. All right, Brad.
How you doing, boys? You okay?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Look, massive game for you tomorrow. Bayern Munich, Champions League. I mean, you've just heard Abdullah there say he thinks you're going out, but it's going to be a close one.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with everything Abdullah's saying. I mean, it's you know, it's going to be a difficult fixture, but at the end of the day, I just got a gut feeling we're going to get through it. It's a big kicking on the weekend. It was a big kicking from Aston Villa, and at the end of the day,
flat at the weekend, weren't you, Brad? Really flat.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think Arteta's absolutely hammered those players. But at the end of the day, I think that'll drive them on in this fixture now. You know, where they're going to give it their all. You know, and away at Bayern Munich is a huge, huge game. But at the end of the day, it's one of those, they've got to give it their all.
Do you think he comes under a bit of pressure, Arteta, if he doesn't win a trophy again? He spent, 200 million?
I think that's unfair to say. I mean, like Abdullah hit the nail on the head. I mean, what he's saying, look at the Arsenal teams in the last, prior 5-6 years, how far we've come. It's unbelievable, really, how far we've come from there. A few FA Cups, but it's difficult. I don't know. He's done so well with the team, and it'd be difficult to say. I'll ask you the question. If he was sacked at the end of the season, would you say he had a good reign?
I would say he's progressed the football club.
Yeah, that's all you can say. He took it into a better direction. But as in silverware-wise, not really. But I've got a question for you. If you get knocked out of the Champions League, you finish third in the Premier League, would you say you've had a good season?
No, I would say we wouldn't have had a good season at all, no.
He's finishing third? Not a good season?
Well, if you're going to bounce off last season, you want to always do better. They'll sit him
but you're fighting, against Man City and Liverpool.
But he's not losing to Man City. He's not losing to Liverpool. He's losing to Aston Villa. He's losing to other teams. You can't say the fighting. He's losing against teams he should beat. He's not losing to. He's gone to Man City, gone to Etihad, and got a great result, sitting pretty top of the league.
I get what you're saying, mate. I do, but
you can't say that they're fighting Man City and lose to Palace and lose to Aston Villa. That's got nothing to do with Man City.
No, but over the course of the season, anyone can win a game in the Premier League. Yeah, we know that. You've seen it.
It all comes down to who's got the to take it to the next level.
The mentality to get it over the line. And the problem is they're coming up against two, giants in Liverpool and Man City.
Absolute tyrants. It's so clinical at this stage. It's so difficult to. It shows the level of the Premier League football right now. It's
fine margins, mate. You fine margins, and the problem is the best teams, Man City and Liverpool, really to get it over the line, they don't get beat. They just don't lose games when they need to win them games. They turn up.
Look at what Abdullah said in the last call. One game lost this season, and
in this year,
there's so many fans that are saying, Arsenal bottled the league, Liverpool bottled the league. All it takes is one loss, and then that's when the fans start talking Liverpool bottled the league. But we'll see if there's another twist or turn.
Yeah. All right. Brad, thanks for your call.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.